Hi guys, I am Ahmet, and today for firstly I will gonna briefly overview what is the purpose of this channel and what kind of videos we will publish. So firstly, I am the face of this channel. However, there are other people working with me, so I must mention them to honor them. In this channel, we aim to teach you some things about tech, and we will probably mainly focus on game development. And I will teach you how to use a free and open source game engine which is called Godot. So this is its website. And firstly, I would like to congratulate them to attending on 2023 game development event. It's it's good. It's a global thing, and they having a booth means a lot. So, them congratulations. And I want to give some information about this engine. It's open source and free, which means that the engine does not have any rights upon what you publish, what you make with it. So you don't have to seek permission or give a fee to publish your game. What you make with this engine belongs only to you. You can access its source code, you can modify it, and you can recompile the engine and resell it. So you are basically free to do whatever you want with it. You can just not say that you made the engine yourself, otherwise you are good to go. It's protected by MIT license. It's an open source license. So what can this engine do? It can produce 2D and 3D games which can be exported to mobile and desktop platforms and also WebGL. However, in new release of Godot 4, I think there are some problems about WebGL export regarding iOS. So if you are aiming for web, I would strongly urge you to use Godot 3.5.2, which is the previous stable version. Godot 4.0.2 has came in March, which is in constant development. They have been fixing bugs in 4.0.1. They are continuing with 4.0.2, and they will probably release new updates for patching bugs. You can just download the engine for your desktop operating system from here, or you can use the web version from here. In here, the download section, you can in here the engine section, you can find actually the web editor, which is also neat. They have a web editor supported. You can run it on your browser, and for desktop versions, it supports macOS, Linux, and Windows. There is two versions of this engine. One of them is mono version, and one of them is standard version. Standard version does not include C# support. However, mono version does. You would decide which one you would like to load. So now let's go to engine and briefly talk about its UI. Let's go to Godot. Here is Godot, and this is the main interface. So I want to talk briefly about this interface. Here is the projects. These are my existing projects, and you wouldn't have them because probably you are booting the engine newly. So you will create a new project from here, and you need to give it a name. Let's say tutorial, and you would need to create a folder for it, so you can just enter a directory name or browse from here. if you go to the pathway you want to create a new folder, you can just create a new folder from here, create a folder, and it would create a empty folder for you to put your project on. This is neat. And here is the renderer. This is a this is a bit of a intricate decision. However, let me summarize this renderers. This is for WebGL compatibility. It works with OpenGL 3. It's for web. Mobile is suggested for mobile, and Forward Plus is suggested for desktop. And if you want to make web-based games, you have to start with compatibility engine. You can change it later. However, I had some problems changing it later and had some UI bugs in my export for web. And you create it by just like press create and edit, and here we go. Let me summarize all these panels before finishing this video. This panel is about node hierarchy. Node is a fundamental building block of Godot games. I will mention it in another video. You can just create node and link scenes. Scenes are collection of nodes, which I will talk later. Here there is the inspector. Here is the main port where you can select 2D or 3D environments. Here is a 2D, which I will mainly focus on my feature videos. And here is scripting area where you will write your scripts. There's no scripts in here because we haven't created one. And here is asset library where you can browse assets which can be used in Godot to extend its functionality. There are pre-built assets which would like make your development process easier depending on your needs. And let me talk about this section. This is file inspector, and it's just your regular operating system file inspector. It inspects the files on your project and you can just arrange your assets. We don't have much because we haven't started developing, but we can create stuff by just right clicking and let's say new, and there is like you can create folders, scene, and that kind of stuff. Here is the inspector. I will go more depth in other videos, but it is used to edit properties of nodes and scripts. That's all you need to know now. This is node. This is about some properties called signals and other stuff about nodes. I will talk about this in later videos. I'm just going over the basics. This is history. We don't need to deal with this. It's a new feature. I haven't tried it and it is not that useful, I think. And this area is generally associated with running the game. So this runs the game from beginning based on like how would it run on another machine. This is for testing a specified scene that is selected from here. It's empty because we don't have any scenes yet. This is to run a file, a scene from a file inspector, but we don't have any scenes to run. And it's a new feature. It's about recording a runtime of the game, which can be useful to an extent. And this is where you change the render. If you click on that, okay, there's compatibility mobile. You can change it from here. And I think that would be set. That would be set for our video. Thanks for watching, I guess.